Oh, hey! What's going on, man? Welcome in. Since you're here, I might as well share with you something new that I got. So I was on TikTok, and one of the guys from my cigar group ended up showing me his unboxing of the Rocky Patel Year of the Dragon. I was like, dude, I'm so jealous. He ended up mailing me something, and you know what? I'm gonna have you guess what he mailed me. Let's first open up this Tupperware container, and we're gonna play a game. Let's see if you can guess what he mailed me, which I have been storing in this Tupperware container for the past few days. Anyway, all right, let's check it out. Okay, let's go inside. I'm glad I'm good at doing these videos. All right, so this is what I have in this Tupperware container. Which one do you think I'm gonna review today? I'll give you a second to take a guess. Oh my gosh, you're so smart. It's almost like you had a thumbnail that lets you know what I was reviewing. Let's do some B-roll footage. Hopefully I can make something look cool about this cigar, and then we'll get into smoking it.
All right, cigar nerds. For the first time, Rocky Patel has crafted a cigar to honor the spirit of the zodiac. Inspired by the Chinese New Year, this cigar pays homage to the majestic dragon. Embracing tradition, this cigar features a luxurious Mexican San Andres wrapper complemented by not one, but two binders, one Honduran and one Nicaraguan. The cigar features all Nicaraguan filler from Rocky Patel's farms, with tobaccos aged since 2014. This Toro, measuring 6.5 by 52, retails for $35 and is limited to only 6,000 boxes. Now back to Clinton, the greatest tobacconist on the planet.
You already know that a true cigar review is not complete without a Topo Chico. Woo! Heck yeah. I'm going to take a sip of the Topo Chico. So, one thing to note about this cigar is that during shipping, it ended up, like the cap ended up cracking. I hope that the cracked cap doesn't affect the smoke. I doubt it. I can't see how it would, but we're gonna see. Maybe I won't get a draw. Today, I'm going to be lighting with the Rocky Patel lighter, and it's also red and gold to match the cigar, so that's super dope. I'm going to cut it with my Colibri SV cut. I'm going to light this with this footband on. So, right on light up, what I'm getting is a little hint of black pepper. I'd say it's probably a 2 of black pepper. On the palate, I'm getting wood and chocolate. And then on the retrohale, I'm getting chocolate as well. Now, this chocolate, which is typical to a Mexican San Andreas, is this powdery type of chocolate. It's like a powdery, borderline dark chocolate. Because I'm scared to let this thing burn through the paper, I'm going to go ahead and take this off.
Oh, yes.
And now we get to look at the wrapper leaf. I see minimal veins on this wrapper leaf. This is very reminiscent to when I was smoking the Conviction. The only flaw I see with this is the fact that it has a cracked cap, which so far I've been able to smoke it with a normal draw. It hasn't affected my draw at all as far as I can tell. So here we go. I'm going to smoke the first third, and let's find out what it tastes like all the way through the first third. I gotta move the microphone up here because the AC just cut on. Okay, on this first third, you're getting a creamy chocolate, like a milk chocolate. Also on the palate, you're going to be getting a wood. It's an undertone, very, very subtle, with a subtle pepper, like a 2 of pepper, maybe a 3 for some palates. And on the retrohale is what's interesting, because you're going to be getting this clean leather underneath this milk chocolate that's like borderline cocoa.
This is the moment. Clinton realized this was no ordinary cigar.
Absolutely beautiful ash. This ash is completely white. This burn is absolutely razor sharp. One of the best burns I've ever... I don't know how it could get any better than this. I did this in the last video, and I want to do it again, because that was kind of fun. So let's see how long this ash holds on. I'm going to get into the second third, and we're going to find out whether I think that this is worth the price tag. Well, there goes the ash. It hung in really good while it lasted. I'm guessing that was probably 2 inches worth of ash. It was the whole first third. On the second third, you're primarily going to get that chocolate, cinnamon, and a black coffee, like a dark roast. On the retrohale, going to be at times still getting some of that leather, but that kind of faded away and turned into that dark roasted black coffee, and at times chocolate as well. And what's left on the palate on the finish is that black coffee. I've also gotten, at times, a very, very subtle floral that I'm assuming comes from the Honduran tobacco that's in here. This is really good so far, but let's see what the last third has to offer. I'm going to give you my rating at the end of the last third. This is what I'm working with right now. This thing is really split at the cap. Luckily, this hasn't affected my draw at all. Yeah, there's definitely a floral in this cigar. Definitely. A sweet floral on the retrohale. I'm getting it. Sorry if that was aggressive. Okay, so this ought to be interesting. My cigar is splitting like crazy, and we need to see how this thing burns once it hits that split. I'm not going to deduct any points because that was definitely paused during the shipping. I can't take it anymore. Look at this thing. Do you see this? This thing has split all the way open, so I've gotten a fairly good idea of what the last third tastes like. And this last third, I've predominantly just gotten spice. Could call it like a spicy cinnamon. I've also gotten that dark coffee note. Even at times, I think I got like a dark chocolate on the retrohale, and coffee, plenty of that on the retrohale. This is really unfortunate. What's up, guys? This is Clint from the future, editing this into the very end of the review because the last part of my review ended up getting deleted, so I'm here to tell you my final thoughts on the cigar. The body of the cigar, I would say, is medium plus. The strength of the cigar is also medium plus, and my final rating came out to a 94. I rated this a 94 for various reasons. One, I think that the flavor profile was above average. I also think that the construction was amazing. The wrapper leaf looked perfect. The burn was impeccable. The draw was somewhere between a regular cigar and a Padron. At the $35 price point, I absolutely think it's worth it, especially because it's a limited edition cigar with only 6,000 boxes. I think Rocky did an excellent job, and I think that you should try it if the flavor notes that I described sound like something that you would like. The most important thing that you need to do is like, comment, subscribe, share, do all of the things that YouTube wants you to do, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.